Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. That's a view of my city. All of that. Everything the light touches. It's my kingdom. Lion King. But I didn't come here for the view. Came here for that guy over there. For those of you who don't know, the CLS55, this one in particular, is actually my car. My personal car. The daily to my other daily to my other daily. If you know that video, you know what I'm talking about. But guys, this is 2006 Mercedes Benz CLS55, 5.5 liter supercharged V8 motor, M113K. An era gone by, bygone era, whatever you want to call it. This is it. You may miss me in some of the shots, but this car is just, I know it's a bias, but we can all agree that this car looks good. We have to all agree that this car looks amazing. Sun's in my eyes. It's a bit of a rough one today, but just look at it. Tell me you don't want one. Tell me you don't want one of these, right? I mean, I don't blame you. The world's first 4-door coupe is this guy right here. Let me take you through the interior to show you this is really mine. I'm gonna switch off the music. Let's just switch that off. So here we go, guys. Wood grain. When last did you see a car with this much wood grain? Ask yourself, when last? Look at all that wood grain. Isn't that amazing? They just don't build them like this anymore, huh? They just don't build them like this anymore. It is crazy to think, if you can see over there, this car has now 210,170 kilometers on the clock, guys. And the condition of the car, because I take care of it, is immaculate. It's somewhat newish to me and to you. Let me take you through to the back seat to show you that this really is a 4-door coupe. Have a look right there. You got a center console in there. There's your center console. Rolls, whatever. You can put stuff in there. You got your rest, armrest. Also pops open. You can put some cool stuff in there. They designed that to keep like executive stuff, like little pens and notepads and stuff like that. But if you want something to drink, got a cup holder. Need to clean that, it's nasty. Just put that back. It's got 4 seats. It is in immaculate condition. This used to be my wallpaper, and then it became reality. So this is the really cool thing about this car for me, is that once was my dream, now it's really my car. And I'll show you guys something interesting again. Let's go back inside. So to show you this is real AMG stuff, switch it on. Ooh, look at that. AMG on the console. I love it. So I'm gonna put it on the road, guys. I may be alone, I may not be alone, I don't know yet. It's just weird shooting your own car, but I love it. And I'm not lying. I want to show you guys, I'm not lying. What's that say? V8 compressor. Mercedes since did away with the supercharger. This was one of the last times they used the supercharger, was in the outgoing versions of the CLS55, the SL55, the S55, the E55, the CL55. We didn't get too many of the CLs in South Africa, but what we do have of, really, really cool. Gotta you go. There you just are. Taken aback, boys. Don't know what to say.
Driving the Mercedes Benz CLS55 is what it must feel like to be breathing rarefied air. Arguably one of the most iconic designs from Mercedes Benz, this world-first four-door coupe is not just dramatic in looks but also in performance. Its 5.4-litre V8 supercharged motor churns out a whopping 350 kilowatts and 700 Newton meters of torque. All of this propels this car from 0 to 100 in 4.7 seconds and a governed top speed of 250 kilometers an hour. And it doesn't just stop there. Its phenomenal build quality shows itself in the excessive wood grain as well as leather and Alcantara finishes. And this carries throughout the entire cabin. So it doesn't even matter whether you're sitting in the front seat or the back seat, you are getting the best that Mercedes-Benz has to offer.
So I'm going to look you dead in the eye, or the camera or the lens, and say this with all the confidence in the world. If you can find a car with better performance, better luxury, and better prestige for 200,000 Rand or less, I will sell my CLS55 and buy that car. I just do not believe that you can get a better car for 200,000 Rand. And it has to be a standard production car. None of these hyper-tuned, super whatever, Frankenstein project cars. I'm talking, this thing has to be standard. I just don't see a better car. Because that's how much I paid for mine. About 200,000 Rand. I'm still in shock about it. It's really hard to compare, if we're looking at price range, a better car. And I'm talking better performance. And the reliability of the M113K motor, everyone understands that the M113K is one of the strongest motors Mercedes-Benz ever built. It is an absolute hammer. They are not known for finicky issues or problems. Yes, they have their wear and tear issues, but that applies to every car. Whether you drive a Toyota Yaris or you drive a Lamborghini, it doesn't matter. Wear and tear comes to you all the same. So with the M113K, Mercedes-Benz really broke the mold with this one. I mean, it's an engine that they carried through into the SLR. It's an engine they carried through into the SLR 722. And that supercharger just gives such instant power, such instant response. When you put your foot down, it just, boom. Drops the hammer. And it's funny, rumor has it that when they were building this car, they actually nicknamed it the Hammer, or at least the motor, which was sort of an ode to the Mercedes-Benz Hammer. For those of you who know the Mercedes-Benz Hammer, which was built, I think it was in 1986 to be exact, I'm not 100% sure, but it had similar performance, on paper at least, to this car. The 0 to 100 was more or less the same. Top speed, these were governed, the Hammer wasn't, but I'll put my money on it almost being the same. But the Hammer was a 6-liter V8, whereas this is a 5.4-liter V8 supercharged. But because it did so well, it does so well, they sometimes nickname this guy the Hammer. And I can see why. I 100% understand why this car has the nickname the Hammer. I understand. It is strong, it is powerful, it is reliable, it is responsive. It's a whole experience. So long as you manage the car well, don't skip services. Make sure your fluids are always up to date. Manage all and any leaks wherever they may come. Don't just let them drip dry. Manage your leaks. This car will take care of you, I promise. I've had it for 3 years. It's never given me a sleepless night. However, when you drive it, you better be wide awake, because this puppy responds to everything. 5-speed gearbox. Some may say it's a bit slow. I agree, it is slow to change. But man, it just carries its power so well. Can you hear the supercharger whine? Oh. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear a bit of the supercharger whining. That's the beautiful sound. That's the approach with caution sound. I just love this car. I encourage everyone to buy this car. If you got 200 grand and maybe a few extra grand lying around for preventative maintenance, I encourage you to buy this machine. But if you guys want to see or feel what this thing sounds like, I'm going to switch off ESP. I'm going to put the car in manual mode, and I'm going to punch it. As soon as the light goes green, I'm going to drop the hammer. I feel like it's warm enough. And let's see how this puppy rolls. Be prepared for this. Oh my God, the tail happiness is just there. Oh! The gearbox is a little delayed. To hold the gearbox. But man, does it go! Oh my God, it's so fast, guys. It is ridiculously quick. Brakes, phenomenal. I use phenomenal again. That was with ESP off. With ESP on, it's a little more controlled because the tail doesn't slide and move about and swing about. It sort of controls it, but it does bog down a little bit. So how you get the best launch out of this car or acceleration is you sort of roll onto the accelerator. You don't just put the hammer down. When you own an AMG, one of the places you frequent, or if you own any high performance car, one of the places you frequent is a fuel station. Guys, there's this common misconception or a myth that we're also going to look to dispel today, that high performance cars are always at fuel stations fueling up. This is a lie. I cannot think why anyone would fathom this. They have bigger tanks. I mean, I can't even remember when last I was at a fuel station. With any high performance car, you will typically, depending on how you drive it, I do have a bit of a heavy foot with this car because I only drive it, it's rare. I don't drive it too often, guys. So my current fuel consumption or average fuel consumption over the last 2,000 kilometers has been 17.6 liters per 100 kilometers. I will show a photo somewhere here, wherever, that if you do drive it sensibly and you average a sensible speed, a consistent sensible speed, it can get as low as just under 9 or just below 10 liters per 100 kilometers. But since I've started it this morning, once again, I have been driving rather aggressively. I'm averaging about 21.2 kilometers per 100 Ks at the moment. But that's been 7 kilometers of aggressive driving. I encourage you to buy it. Go out, spend your hard-earned money. Even if you're not a Mercedes or an AMG fan per se, so long as you are a high performance car fan, this is for you. And it's practical. That's a cool thing. It's very practical. 4 seats, quad zone, climate control, heated seats, satellite navigation. For you old school heads, it's even got a 6 CD shuttle changer right in the front. Cruise control. For those who find it with optional extras, it does have the Distronic, which is radar guided cruise control. We have extra options as well for cooled seats. Oh. Why would you spend 200,000 Rand on anything else? Why? I just don't see it. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Let's grow the channel, guys. I can only do it with your assistance. And yes, I would like to see if anybody out there can find a better car for 200,000 Rand. Standard car. Don't come with no funny mods and tune-ups. But until then, I'm gonna enjoy my baby. Cheers, guys.